The Australian public's got a very good understanding of what leadership is and of the sort of leadership they want, and they can give very clear reasons for the judgments they make about leadership. In a survey conducted last year, unfortunately we found that nearly 2/3 of people believe there's a leadership crisis in Australia. We asked over 1,000 people on a random sample to give their views about the leaders from 5 different groups: political leaders, business leaders, trade union leaders, religious leaders, and community local leaders. And we asked them to describe the characteristics of those 5 types of leaders in terms of trust, their commitment to the long term compared to the short term, their sense of values commitment, whether they were committed to self-interest and the interests of their inner group, or whether they're interested in the long-term benefit of Australian society. And only community leaders were seen in a positive light. Even religious leaders were down on the same level as business leaders and trade union leaders, with political leaders coming a distant last. And that might have been because of the Royal Commission taking place last year into both trade unions and church groups. But on the whole, it was not a positive picture, but the sign of light is that people recognise the importance of local community leadership, and local community leaders are seen as the most competent, the least self-interested, most concerned with the long-term good of society, and also most concerned with values and principles to do with sustainability than any other type of leader. And that bodes well for the notion of the ethical city. Many people describe the people who live in Australian cities as part of a spectator society, looking on, often criticising rather than participating. I actually call it the portcullis society. We drive home from work in our cars, push the remote control, the roller door in the garage goes up, we drive inside, we push the remote control again, and we go inside and we stay there until we go out the next day. The level of engagement is not as strong as it could be. The notion of ethical cities, therefore, to me, is one which would create ways that actively encourage and give people the skills for wider participation in making their neighbourhoods and the city as a whole better places to live.